Students, welcome to our class. Today we are going to start a new chapter from history. The name of the chapter is The Age of the Vedas. I think most of you have heard about the word Veda. What are Vedas? These are the actually written writings of earlier people, which gives us knowledge, and it was written about 3000 years before. From now, if we count, it is about 3000 years ago. That means 1500 BCE to 600 BCE, the time period was. So it is one of the literary sources, that means the written sources from which we know many things about the early humans and the life, how we have to pass. The word Veda means knowledge. That means the knowledge we get from this Veda. That means the written things which gives us knowledge. So there are 4 Vedas. One is Rig Veda, then Yajur Veda, Sham Veda, and Atharva Veda. So there are 4 Vedas we have, and they contains hymns in praises of God. That means Vandana, what we do like prayers. So these are the things sung by the people, offered to God and goddesses. These hymns were recited and passed from one generation to another. So earlier people, this way they passed it from one generation to another. This way it passes, and after that it was written about 3000 years before. And Rig Veda is the oldest Veda. From these 4 Vedas, Rig Veda is the oldest Veda. It was composed about 3500 years ago. So Rig Veda was composed, it was the oldest, and it was about 3500 years ago. It is divided into 10 mandalas. Mandalas means books, that means the part divided. So these are the parts, 10 parts of this book, and various things are written in this book. That means 1028 hymns which were sung, and now also we are singing in praise of God. These hymns are in praise of different gods such as Indra. For Indra, sometimes we are singing the god of rain. Indra is the god of rain. Then storm and war. Then Agni, fire god. Agni means Varun, the sky god, and many others. Varun, the sky god, and many others. The hymns were composed in Vedic Sanskrit. That means earlier things were written in Sanskrit languages. Priests recited these hymns and students were accepted to memorize. Priest means sadhu. So these priests were there, that means who preach the things of God. They are the priests, and students were also there. They used to learn from the priest, and they had to memorize these all hymns which were taught by the priests. Now, what are the archaeological sources at this period? That means when Veda was composing, it was called the age of the Vedas. And the archaeological sources, what are the archaeological sources we have found? Let us discuss. So archaeological remains in this period have also been unearthed. That means digging of the soil and finding out the proofs. Hastinapur and Atranji Khera. So these two places we have found pottery. Pottery means clay pot, which were used by the earlier people. At this age they used the pots which were painted. That means not only simply pot, it was painted grey ware. That means grey color it was there. And another type of pottery was found. It is called black and red ware. So one type it is black and red, mixing black and red, and another is grey color. So these two types of pots have been found after digging the soil. So all these evidences, that means most of the evidences have been found near the Indus Valley that we have discussed in earlier chapter, Indus Valley civilization. So most of the things have found near this Indus Valley. These two types of pottery tell us about the life of the people who composed the Vedas. That means they used to live in these places and they started writing and they were composing Vedas. So this tells us the life of that people who composed Vedas. These people are generally referred to as the Aryans. They are called Aryans, these people. And how their daily life was, let us discuss now. People were divided into numerous tribes. Tribes are called janas. So different tribes were divided. Each tribe settled in a particular area. So their area also was divided. One tribe lived in one area and another tribe lived in another area. Like that, various tribes were there, and they have their own village. That means the area. Each tribe had a king. That means in that village, one king used to be there who ruled over them. And the king, that means who was the brave person or the strongest person, was the king. These kings were not like the kings of later times. That means they were the earlier kings, and what they used to do, they did not have huge palaces or large armies. So as it was about in early period, so that time this system, the king system, was started just. So that is why they had not that much armies, not that palace. That means he is living in a palace, not like that. Their control was limited to a small area. So that king was for his area only. That means in a very limited area, like a village. And there were two assemblies. Assembly means sabha, where people sat and used to discuss various important issues. The sabha and the samiti. So these two assemblies name were given. One is sabha and another one is samiti. Sabha is an assembly of the elder person. That means the elder people used to go there and some important people of the village, they used to sit there. And Samiti was a general assembly. That means every one of the village, they can participate in that Samiti. So this is the difference between Sabha and Samiti. In Sabha, important persons and elder people can participate, and in the Samiti, general people, that means all the people can participate. People attended these assemblies and discussed issues. That means the problems which arose. So that things they discussed in that assemblies. Cattle and horses were very important to the people. That means in the age of the Vedas, cattle, that means the cow, small cow, and horses were very important to the people. Why? We know this from the Rig Veda. In the Rig Veda it is written that cattle and horses are very important for the people, and many hymns were also there, gods to bless people with cattle and horses. So cattle and horses, like that means like God only, it was very important. Each household has a number of cows, means each house they had cows. Dairy products, that means the milk products such as butter, ghee. Now also we are purchasing from the shop, but that time in every home that dairy products was there, and it was very popular also. Sura was type of liquor. Sura means a liquor which was drunk on common festive occasions. That means in some festivals they used to drink this liquor, Sura. It is called Sura. Nowadays what we call it wine. Another popular drink was Soma. Soma is the name of another drink which was prepared from milk and the juice of a rare plant that grew on the mountains. That means these trees were very uncommon, and it was found in the hilly areas. That means in the mountains only they found, and with that the plants, that means the leaves or other things, they used to mix with the milk and they used to make it, and they call it Soma. People drank it during special religious ceremonies. When religious ceremonies were there, that time they used to drink this Soma. And another was, it was another liquor which was called Sura. Sura and Soma. These were the two liquors they used to use in the occasions. Horses were important. Why horses were important? Cow, we have come to know that cows give us many things like milk, butter, etc. But why horses? Horses were important because they were yoked to chariots. Chariot means rath. So they used to tie with the chariot, and that were used in battle. That means for fighting, the earlier people used these horses. That is why the horses were important. Most battles were fought for cattle. So cattle and horses were important, and people used to fight for this cattle. And For land also they used to fight. That means suppose one king, he used to own another land, so he had to fight with the another king, and if the king defeated the another king, that means that area also under this king. That is why they fought. People performed sacrifices. Sacrifices, that means while doing the religious ceremonies they sacrifice also, and made offerings to different gods, as we have discussed that Varun, and then Agni, Indra, all the things. So they used to sacrifice to different gods also. And what they used to sacrifice? For sacrificing religious people, that means the priests also had to come, and various rituals were there, they had to maintain, and sacrifices were given cows. That is why cows are very important. Cows, horses, gold and clothes as gift. So they had to sacrifice cows, horses, then clothes also, and gold also. The king performed sacrifices in which the common people also participated. The sacrifices which was done by king, to see that sacrifice or the rituals, the common people also can join, they can participate. The king performed sacrifices in which the common people also participated. In course of time, rituals became so important. So day by day, these rituals became very important, that every important event was preceded by an elaborate ritual. So every sacrifices was done by following some rituals. Now, what were the occupations? What were the works they used to do? The main was agriculture and cattle rearing. These two were the main occupation of this age. The other common occupations were also there. These are chariot making, chariot for fighting the war, pottery making. These were also their professions, that means occupations. Weaving, jewelry making, metal work, carpentry, tanning and fishing. So these were the occupations the earlier people, that means at the age of the Vedas, the people used to do. Besides that, many people were priests. So besides conducting the religious ceremonies, the priests were used to conducting rituals for the ceremonies. So besides that, there were doctor and teacher also. With that means there were not only for the religious ceremonies, there were doctors, there were teachers also, and they passed on the knowledge of the Vedas. That means what the knowledge they had, they used to pass from one generation to another generation. That means the knowledge they used to teach the people or inform the people what the Vedas said. So about the medical herbs and plants also they knew. Whenever someone fell ill, the priests acted as doctors. That means in the Vedas only it was written about the importance of many plants. So many things were there which they knew. That is why they acted like a doctor also. That means they used to give the medicine to the ill people. Ornaments of gold, silver and other metals were worn by both men and women. So that means ornaments were also there, like gold, silver they used to wear. The Vedas also make reference to footwear, that means the shoes, sandals, like that. Dasas or dasyus, dasyus and dasyus. So besides the Aryan people, we came to know that they were busy in composing the Vedas and the works what they used to do. We have discussed. Besides the Aryans, there were another group of people whom the Aryans called Dasas or Dasyus. So their culture was different from that of Aryans. So why they have divided the groups? Because they were different from the Aryans, and they also spoke a different language. That means their languages are also different from the Aryans. That is why they were divided into another group, and they are called Dasas or Dasyus. Most of the Dasas were perhaps enslaved, and so the term Dasa later came to mean slave. That means the meaning of this Dasyus or Dasas, that means they were the slaves. Most Dasas had to do whatever work is given to them by their masters. That means those who were upper class, they used to order them to do the work and they had to do. That is their work. At the time when the Vedas were being composed, so when the Veda was composing, there were important developments in other parts of India, not only in the around the Indus Valley civilization, but other parts of India also it was developed. One of the site is Inamgaon. It is a Chalcolithic settlement. That means the copper age, when people started using copper. Inamgaon, it is in Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, Inamgaon, one place is there. It is the largest Chalcolithic settlement in India. That means the people they used this copper in a large that means the quantity was more there. It has been estimated that at one time about 1000 people may have lived there. In that area, approximately 1000 people lived there. The settlement lasted for 900 years. That means people stayed there for 900 years. It is in that period only, that means 1500 to 600 BCE, before Common Era. Now, what are the archaeological finds in Inamgaon? As many as 134 mud houses. 134 mud houses have been found there at Inamgaon. So most are rectangular in shape. So these mud houses shape were rectangular with only 1 or 2 rooms. That means hardly 2 rooms were there, either 1 or 2 rooms. One house, however, has 5 rooms. That means in one house has 5 rooms. It may have been the house of the ruling chief. That means one house have been found, it had 5 rooms, and other houses were only 1 or 2 rooms. So it may be possible that it was the house of a ruler. That means for a king. Next to this house is a granary. Granary means where the grains were stored. It is called granary. So next to this house, that means the 5 rooms house, opposite of that one granary is there where the crops or the grains are collected and stored there. The chief may have collected grain from the farmers and stored it there. Oval-shaped pits have been found inside most houses. The oval-shaped pit means after digging, making a big hole, you can say, and in every home, every house, this type of pit have been found. These pits may have been used to cook food. So these small pits have been used for cooking. Similar pits have also been found outside some houses. So not only inside the house, outside the house also some pits have been found. It suggests that people may have done some of their cooking outside, that means outdoors. Some people used to cook outside the house and some people inside the house. Storage pits and storage bins have also been found. That means storing some things, or sometimes the garbages or the wastage of homes, it was thrown in these pits. Archaeologists have found a lot of pottery. So this pottery making was very popular, and many pottery have been found, and stone tools also at Inamgaon. So most of the pots are red in color, black and red also we have red. So most of the pots were red in color. Some have black designs on them, that means red and black. And some tools may have been used to chop trees, pound meat and skin animals. So some stone tools also have been found for chopping trees, that means for the bark, to take out the bark, and pound meat also for piecing the meat, and skin animals, that means for eating animals that have to take out the skin of animals. So for that they used these stone tools. The people of Inamgaon made artifacts of copper. So they used artifacts with the copper materials. They may have obtained copper from Rajasthan. It was available in Rajasthan. However, only a few tools, that means drills, tongs, fish hooks, arrowheads and ornaments like beads, bangles and anklets of copper have been found at the site. So archaeologists have found this type of things, some ornaments and stone tools, and some copper things also. And these copper were brought from Rajasthan. So let us conclude up to this much, and in our next class we will discuss further. You will go through the book and read line by line, watch the video, then you will understand very clearly. So let us conclude here. Thank you.